Hey everybody, it's Austin Ward for Lettermen Row, back with another BuckIQ. Zach Boren, former Ohio State standout linebacker in the building. You know we've got that defensive breakdown coming for you. Looking at the Big Ten championship game against Northwestern to get ready for the Rose Bowl against Washington. And Zach, it was kind of a mixed bag for me. I know we've talked about this. It's not the first time that I've said that in one of these breakdowns. A lot of good plays, turnovers, pass rush was going. But we also saw some of the same breakdowns that were really going back to week one.
Really, three things stood out, and we're going to see, I'm pretty sure, all three of them. But, the long touchdown run in the first quarter, that's been a huge problem all year. You'll see, it's bad angles, it's bad tackling, it's not being able to get off blocks. It's all of the same things that we have seen from week one that is still carrying over. Granted, it happens. Big plays will happen. Mm-hmm. But for it to continue throughout the year is a little bit of an issue. And then the other thing that stands out to me is the two drives in the second half that they scored touchdowns on. To me, when Ohio State could have put the game away and really sent a message to the committee, you give up those two drives. But then again, Ohio State was such in the driver's seat. As a defense, sometimes it is a little hard, right? When a team starts driving, you're up 24-7. You're up, whatever it may be. Sometimes you may let some things go. You may play a little slack, but those three things jumped out at me. If it weren't for those, it would have been an all-around great performance by the Buckeyes.
Yeah, you wouldn't even really think twice about it, except everybody wanted Ohio State to win by 40 to make it harder on the selection committee.
I completely agree. And even those touchdown drives in the second half, right? People are going to drive the ball on you. It's Division I football. It's the Big Ten championship game. If you can make a play to either A, get a turnover, B, hold them to a field goal instead of a touchdown, it's a completely different ball game and a completely different scenario at the end of the game.
All right, another defensive breakdown, of course, coming from Zach Boren. Ohio State is a Big Ten champion, did not make the playoff, but it's going to the Rose Bowl. It's going to be Urban Meyer's last game there against Washington. You know they'll be motivated. So Zach's looking at that defense right now, what they have to do to beat the Huskies. Let's roll the tape.
3. Empty backfield for Thorson. Now he's got a partner. And they'll hand it off. Moulton this time. Moulton first down. Moulton still running. Moulton down the sideline. Picking him up. Putting him down. Northwestern. 77-yard run.
All right, Zach, stop me if you've seen a play like this before for Ohio State this season. But
wait.
Oh, okay. It's very familiar. You have the breakdown right away. I just wanted to, I can't imagine your reaction when you saw this live, but it just felt like deja vu all over again.
It really did, and it starts, with the angles that the players are taking. We've seen it so many times this year. We've got linebackers kind of not filling where they need to be. We've got safeties when the play goes, you'll see them taking bad angles where they're coming more downhill when they should be coming straight across. There's just certain things that are small things that add up. You saw Brendan White there kind of running and missing. Even Tough Borland, even though he's been great recently, he needs to be stronger at the point of attack. And, really, this is a pulling center. Go in there and really be tough with your hat in hands and blow them up and be able to get off. You got some other guys who are having trouble getting off blocks from a secondary standpoint. This is just being able to be gap sound, attacking on the proper angles, tackling, swarming to the football. It just didn't happen. And that's what's been happening all year. And I think it's the most frustrating thing, right? We talked about plays like this will happen, but for it to happen this frequently is a big issue.
I don't think that you could have imagined after we talked about Oregon State that we would still see a 77-yard touchdown run in the Big Ten championship game.
I completely agree with you. And this is almost all 11 guys on the field right now. Like Chase Young, number 70, just blocking you at the line of scrimmage. You need to be able to get off. You need to be able to get off on that. Robert Landers, yes, you defeat the block, but maybe instead of backdooring this, you see it, maybe try and fight over top. It's just small things that actually, when all 11 guys are doing the small things wrong, it adds up to be a 75-yard touchdown.
Crazy play, record-setting play. Ohio State would bounce back a little bit here. They would take that lead.
Yards rushing last year as a senior in high school. He's doing a heck of a job here.
On first down.
You can go later on in the game, another key situation that you talked about off the top, Zach, letting Northwestern get back in the game. And what do you see here? At first, I thought maybe this could have been called as offensive pass interference, so I'll give Damon Arnett credit for that. And he fights to get this ball loose, but this is kind of emblematic of what's been happening all year.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. You hit the nail on the head. It's 24-14. Third quarter, it's like, hey, Ohio State's got to get something going. At this point, let's make a stop. Let's get a tackle for loss. Let's get a sack. Let's do something to force them to kick a field goal right here, right? But instead, it happens. You said it happens. Damon Arnett, we're not going to pick on him. It's one-on-one coverage. Yeah, like you said, I thought there may have been a little bit of offensive PI as well. He fought his butt off to try and get a turnover. And honestly, I think it was a turnover. I'm a firm believer that this guy's knee is on Damon Arnett's foot. And from every angle I saw Saturday night, I still believe it's that way. I don't know how they reversed this. Look, it's on his foot. He never goes down. But, I give him props for fighting. But at the same time, Brendan White, let's go in there. Let's get in there. It's just kind of an attitude at this point from an Ohio State defensive scheme and defensive player personnel. Let's make a stop. We need to make a stop right now.
I wanted to put this in there to have you get your take on it, Zach, because you can look at some of the issues. Damon Arnett has been criticized for the coverage, the fundamentals that Ohio State uses all year round. Okay? He loses the one-on-one matchup. But then he responds with this effort. And I think that even if they didn't get the call, you pay a little bit of tribute to the effort he gives.
This is huge. This is the effort that we've been looking for all year, right? We talk about guys running to the football, getting to the football with a passion, with heart, with a desire to, hey, I'm going to inflict either pain on this guy or I'm going to get a turnover, right? That's how you play defense.
Yeah.
You get to the football. This is Damon Arnett not pouting because he got beaten one-on-one coverage, not pouting because he thought the offensive guy pushed off on him and it wasn't called. This is Damon Arnett fighting until the whistle blows and the guy's down on the ground. So I give Damon Arnett all the props in the world for this play. And guess what? If he doesn't make this tackle, even though I thought it was a fumble, Northwestern gets the ball, guess what? They live to fight another day. Right. That's okay.
9, 16, 17, and 15. Thorson dances out of the pocket, turns it up. Down the sideline, touchdown Northwestern.
There was one more key situation for them defensively, and this was another one that just kind of was hard to fathom when you watched it live because Clayton Thorson, not really somebody that I think of using their legs to make a lot of big plays.
He was. This is the same issue that we've talked about. Your guys running to the football, right? You've got some guys going, but let's turn our head a little bit. In this case, like these guys, let's go. The guys in the back end who their guys are running side to side, you're able to take a peek at the quarterback. I understand, like right here, you've got a guy turning up the field. I'm not going to look back at the quarterback. I'm going to stay with him. Malik Harrison, that's a good play. Mm-hmm. But these other guys that have some vision on the quarterback, come up and make a play. Fly to the football. These guys right here, Damon Arnett, not picking on him. I swear we're not. Damon Arnett, Brendan White, you see the quarterback in your vision while you're covering a guy because you're running side to side here. Let's run to the football. Let's get there. Robert Landers, don't give up on the play. It's just an attitude and a passion that you have to play with as defense.
When we go back to the start here, because what really kind of got me as this play developed was, if we go back to the side view, I was like, well, how is the whole part of this field empty as Thorson go? Like, I know that everybody has responsibilities down to this side of the field, but is this part of the breakdown of the man coverage? Because you're in man, or how does this work?
I think it's, yes, we're playing man in this situation, right? You've got all these guys. You've got 3x3. These are actually, you're going to play a cover two man, right? Okay. Which is what we've seen Ohio State play so much this year. The issue is when you're playing man coverage, guys turn their backs to the football because they're playing a man. If you're playing zone, you're able to read the quarterback's eyes. It's more of a field game, right? Okay. You're going back, getting into your zone, sitting there, squatting. You're able to come up and make a play. When you run so much man and your vision is on your guy instead of on the quarterback being able to read the play, you're going to have issues like this.
So this is tough Borland. I mean, he's having to go here, right?
Yeah, he's coming here. He's trying to show a zone look, but he's got the inside receiver. So you'll see right now, his eyes are going to flip to this receiver as time goes on, and sooner or later, his back is actually going to be to the football. Gotcha. How's he supposed to come up and make the play? We talk about Malik Harrison. He's got the running back out of the backfield. You've got Damon Arnett that's got the tight end. All these guys, once the receiver starts going downfield, your eyes are going to turn and run with them. You can't be looking at the quarterback trying to run downfield.
I guess that's what we've talked about. That's some of that risk reward of playing this man or switching to some zone.
It most definitely is. When you're playing a man coverage like this, your defensive line has to be impeccable. They have to make everything right. And the issue is here, you've got some guys that, this is a passing, they think it's a passing down maybe. They saw this formation as almost 100% pass, whatever it may be.
Yep.
You've got Jonathan Cooper who comes to the inside. You've got a twist game that doesn't really go right. Draymond Jones comes underneath. It's just little things like that the defense line isn't making it whole. And it's almost like, I love the pass rush moves, right? but I would like him a lot better if it was in zone. They've got to know that the defense is playing man behind them and that they don't have their back if there is a scramble.
Another something to consider there is Ohio State's got a few weeks now to prepare for the Rose Bowl, maybe some tweaks. Maybe we'll see some different schemes for them in that last game of the year. Who knows? But one way or the other, Zach Boren will be breaking it down for us at Lettermen Row with some Buck IQ. He's Zach Boren. I'm Austin Ward, and we will see you next time.